Hello and welcome to this orientation session for September-December 24 attempt. So guys, let's begin. Thank you very much for the confirmation. Performance management, PM, always creates confusions in mind. People are confused about it and people are negative about the paper. So guys, remember, it's not impossible. You can pass performance management. If you keep your approach right, you can easily make it. It's not something out of the box. It is similar to TX, FR, AA, FM. Yes, every paper requires that you should give that paper due respect, due importance, and prepare yourself according to that. You can make it. So one thing that I want to tell you is performance management in September 24 attempt you are planning to give, or December 24 attempt you are planning to give, just follow the instructions, just follow the plans that we will be giving you people. If you will follow the instructions, if you will follow the plans, you can easily make it. So I welcome all of you to VIFHE, which is Virtual Institute for Higher Education. It's an ACCA approved learning partner having gold status, and we have been providing education globally to thousands of students in 120 plus countries and have produced 60 plus nationwide and worldwide position holders in span of 3 years only. So this is a huge achievement, and considering this is a huge achievement, I want you people to become the next place winner at VIFHE by following our teaching methodology. Very soon I'll be discussing each and everything with you people, the methodology, how we teach, what are the important things that we'll be doing. But one quick thing I need to tell you here is that this is an orientation I'm conducting for both English and Urdu Hindi language. So right now my language is English, but it doesn't mean that we don't offer Urdu and Hindi language course. We do offer. We have 2 separate batches for it. So the content that is available in English course will be totally in English, but the content that we will give you in Urdu Hindi batch will be based on Urdu Hindi, or bilingual it will be. Okay. So the orientation is a combined orientation for both the batches, but once you will go to your respective portals, you will see courses and content based on the languages that we are offering. Okay. Now guys, let's begin. You will have to interact with me. So because this is a live session, and because in every live session I encourage interaction, because I want to feel that you are present there. So for that, you should interact with me. Whatever I'll ask you later on, I will have a Q&A session for you people at the end. So at the end, you can ask questions. I'm here to respond all the questions so that you are satisfied before we end the session. Okay. Now, my teaching experience has been more than 16 years. I teach paper performance management. In fact, this is the best paper for me in terms of it sets the basis for the other papers. I teach financial management and advanced performance management. Okay. I have taught more than 6,000 students, and as I teach online now globally, so students have taken classes with me all over the world. My students have managed to secure positions in the very latest attempt, the last June 24 attempt, one of my position holder secured 94 marks from Nepal. 94 marks. So that was a nationwide position, okay? And every attempt, there are so many students who grab positions, and in this paper as well I'm talking about. Now, why Rizwan Maniya? Because one thing I ensure, one thing I make sure is not that I teach calculations only. It's not that I teach theory only. I just focus on what is the paper requirement. So paper of performance management is not just calculative paper. It is not 100% theoretical paper. It's around 60-40, 50-50. Okay? So basically it requires a good balance between calculations and theory. And this is what I try to do. This is what I ensure every time, that any area that is tested more for theory, I'll go with more theory in that area. If it requires more calculations, I'll go with more calculations. Because I'm teaching these papers since more than 16 years, so I exactly know which area examiner can test more in calculations and more in theory. So you don't have to worry at all. If you are with me, if you are watching this orientation, if you're still not enrolled, because right now there are two groups of students who might be taking this orientation. One who are already enrolled, part of my batch, and one who are still thinking, should we join Rizwan Maniya? Should we join VIFHE? So remember, if you follow my plans, if you follow what I'm saying, you can manage it. You can pass the paper in first attempt. For that, from day one, the pattern that I'm setting today on 11th of June 2024, the plans that I will be giving to you from today, if you follow those plans, you can, inshallah, easily pass performance management and any other paper that you take from me in upcoming attempts. Okay? So, as I said, I am teaching this paper more than 16 years. That is why I have conducted most number of webinars of this paper. No tutor has conducted these much of webinars for ACCA officially to the platform of P2P. So I've conducted 8 performance management webinars for ACCA under the brand name of P2P, which is a very popular, which was a very popular idea of ACCA, and I have the privilege to conduct 8 webinars for them. And yes, I've also conducted 6 webinars of advanced performance management as well. So this is about myself. Now, one thing that you need to have in your mind from today is the trust in me. And you have to remain really active. So I have a very good methodology. I will share that by the end of the session, how you will communicate with me, what to do, what not to do. So please be with me till the end of this session. Those students who are listening me for the first time, they are not enrolled yet. In fact, they're not watching this video live. They're watching this as a recorded session. So listen, be with me till the end. Listen to the entire video so that you get the clarity that how you will study PM with me and how will you pass. So let's begin. What is performance management? What is your position in this paper? So first of all, you have to keep this in your mind that you are a management accountant. Okay? You are a management accountant. And management accountant is a person who is mainly working internal to the organization. Yes, it's a fact that the base paper was MA. F2. We used to call this F2 previously, right? So the base paper is MA, Management Accounting paper, F2 paper. So the bases are coming from that paper. Now, there might be some students who came through exemptions. So they are like, okay, we came from exemptions, so we haven't given MA paper, so what to do? Don't worry. This is a common sense thing. If ACCA have given you the exemption, and if ACCA have given you the exemption based on your previous qualification or certification or a degree program, whatever, so the exemption is given to you because you have covered that relevant area in your previous qualification. That is why you are here today. So this means the bases are there in your mind. The concepts are there in your mind. You just have to refresh those, and for that, with me, what I do is I assume that you don't remember the previous things because this assumption kills. Because if I assume and you assume that you don't know anything, even the students who are from the ACCA stream, if they have given their MA paper, they are like, come on, let's open the door of our brain and let's flush everything out from our brain because there are so many other things that we have to handle. So they don't remember, they even don't want to remember things. So I have to start from scratch then. So I've tried my best to start from the scratch, and the basis that I want you people to follow, the basis that I want you people to focus on are covered on your portal. So you are a management accountant. Now, management accountant deals with 4 things. Those 4 things are very simple, and those 4 things are mainly focusing on the internal part of the organization. The first is planning. So what planning is, I'll just give a quick idea. Okay, I am not going into the details of the paper right now. Planning. Now you must have heard, even you came from some other qualification, you must have heard about budgets. If you don't know about budget, budget is a plan for future. In terms of financial numbers, you make a budget, that's a plan for future. Okay, budgets. Now budget is what? Planning for future. So basically, management accountant is a person who is involved in planning for future. The basic example is via budgets. You make budgets about revenues, about cost. So that is all planning. Okay? Done. Then comes decision making. Decision making. What is that? A management accountant is involved in taking decisions for the organization. Different decisions you need to take at different times. So this decision making skill should be part of management accountant, and something like that you have covered in your previous paper. One of the techniques, I'm just taking the name here, marginal costing. I hope everybody has this in their mind, marginal costing. Now, what is marginal costing? Marginal costing is a decision-making technique. It's a short-term decision-making technique. Now, there are so many decisions to take. For example, a quick one. If you have something limited, like you just have $100 in your pocket, okay? So cash is a scarce resource for you. In fact, it's always a scarce resource for you, right? So if you just have $100 in your pocket, okay? If you just have $100 in your pocket, listen to me. So do you spend that limited $100 everywhere? Or I would say, will you waste that? No. If you are a wise person, you will not waste your $100. In fact, you would want to spend those $100 on some best places. On some best places, the one where it deserves more. So are you taking a decision here? Yes, that's decision making. You are taking decision here, that's decision making. So where to spend is what you are taking a decision, right? So this is decision making. Now you see, you will spend at X place or Y place, you have to take a decision. That's decision making. Similarly, if there is some shortage of some kind of hours, of labor, of machine, so should I spend those making product A or product B? You have to decide. Now, if I ask a common person, it's a very common question, that if you have some limited hours available, now you guys, can you reply me here? Even if you're watching this in form of a recorded session, you can reply in the chat box, in the comment section, please. I do look at the comment section to see how interactive people are. So if I ask you, if you have 100 hours, so there are 2 products to make, what comes to your mind? Should I give more hours to product A or should I give more hours to product B? Let me look at the responses here. So anything that comes to your mind, guys? Yes? Where you would want to spend that amount? Okay, let me just look at the comment section. What people think, where they will spend. Yeah, to the most profitable area, in the most profitable area. That's correct. So you would want to invest in the most profitable area, and that is true. The one that is giving you more profit, you will prefer that over the other products. So this is decision making. That is what you learn. And you know, this is what I personally believe. This management accounting paper or a performance management paper is a paper that basically helps you in your practical world, in your daily life, where you have to choose between options. So decision making will work there. Third, performance evaluation. Now I'll come to performance evaluation later on. First I'll jump towards controlling. Controlling, as you see at the end. Now when I say controlling, yes, what comes to your mind when it's about controlling? All the students who have done their previous paper of management accounting, they have gone through variances. Now what are variances? You compare standard with actual. The difference is known as variances, right? So comparison of target with actual is variance. Now that's very simple. For example, I thought, or the target given by my elders to score in F5 was 60%. Okay, they gave me the target. Come on, you have to score 60 marks in performance management. And actually what I got? So what should I say? 50? 50 is good, right? So if you manage to pass at 50, considering the target, I'm saying here, considering the target, you fell short by 10%. So that is adverse variance, considering the target, right? That's an adverse variance. I'm not saying that you have passed the paper, but considering the rules of variances, the target was at 60 and actually you achieved 50. So 10 is the adverse variance, indicating that you haven't achieved the target. Okay. So controlling is basically comparison between target and actual. The easiest and the most simple definition of controlling is what? Comparison between target and actual. That's it. Okay. Then comes performance evaluation. Now this is a very important skill that you guys have to learn in this paper of performance management. Now I'm just giving an idea. Those who came from F2 or management accounting, they have heard about planning, they have heard about decision making, they have heard about controlling, but they are not familiar with performance evaluation, which is a unique skill that will be covered in this paper. Performance evaluation. Now, evaluation is a very high level word, I should say, but I'll just simplify right now that you have to check. You have to check the performance of a manager, the performance of a department, the performance of an organization. Evaluation is something that requires you to look at the good performances of the manager or the departments or the companies, and also to look at the bad performances of the manager, the departments or the companies. So good performances, bad performances, good things done by them, bad things done by them. This is performance evaluation. So this is a bit more high level work that was not covered in management accounting and will be covered here, where you'll be looking at the good things done by the people, the departments and the organization, and bad things done by them. Performance evaluation. Okay. So I hope this is clear. These are the 4 skills required from you people. Remember, you all are management accountants. Management accountants. Can you see the person? Management accountants who is involved in 4 things. And what are those 4 things? Come on, say with me. Planning, write in the chat box. Planning, decision making, performance evaluation, and control. So from today, remember, from today, you have your own identities. I know your name might be Ahmad, your name might be John, Sanya, Kevin, Alina, whatever. But for me and for my examiner, you all are management accountants. You are management accountants. So come on, quickly, can you all write in the chat box? I want people to write in the chat box. What is your identity in this paper? Hello? Just quickly write in the chat box that you all are management accountant. Very nice. I just saw Ahmed Raza just mentioned here. Very good. Talal, Lawrence, Isha. I'm taking your names deliberately. I'm sure you don't mind, because this is the interaction I prefer. And at VIFHE, we do create a lot of difference when it comes to recorded sessions and live sessions. So let's move on. Done. So you all are management accountants, and management accountant is involved in 4 types of things: planning, decision making, say with me, performance evaluation, and controlling. Done. One thing, this is learning glass technology that you are looking at here. This is the unique part of VIFHE, where VIFHE provides learning glass lectures in most of the papers. And when we do, we teach through animations. I'll discuss that later on. We teach through animations. One thing I want to tell you, that when you are right now connected with me through a live session, I can see your comments in the chat box. Those who will watch this later on, they can write in the comment section on our YouTube channel as well. But those who will be watching my recorded sessions at home, alone, remember, I will be there with you everywhere. If you are watching my lectures, I can hear you, I can sense you, I can feel you. Because you will respond to my questions. I'll be asking a lot of questions in those recorded sessions, okay? So do respond me. I'll get your replies. Okay, done. So let's move on. The syllabus is divided into 4 areas. I'm not very much in favor of taking those technical names, but just to give you a quick idea, specialist costing technique, the first area, specialist costing technique. Second, decision making technique. Third, budgeting and control. And fourth, performance management and control. Okay, these are the broad 4 areas of your syllabus. Let me further explain this. So once we went to the next slide, that is where we found more details, and I just want to explain you the details here. So be with me and listen. Key area of the syllabus, the areas that I just showed you here were 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay. But now what I'll do, this third area known as budgeting and control. Third area is known as budgeting and control. This third area is what I'll break into two parts. So I'll break this third area into two parts, and the two parts, one is budgeting and second is variances. So budgeting and variances. So this is your third section. Budgeting and control has been bifurcated into budgeting and variances. Okay, because variances is something that relates to controlling. Done? Okay, good. Now, hello, everyone, listen to me. So as I say that there are 5 areas now. First of all, your paper, your exam. Your exam comprises of 3 sections. Okay. The first is known as section A, section B, and section C. Now, these are 3 sections of your exam. I just want to ask one quick question here. How many of you right now who are listening me are giving their papers for the first time? The first timers, please just mention in the chat box. First timers. Okay. Those who are giving paper for the first time. Okay. And please, those who have already given the paper before, so just mention please, for those students, this is a reattempt. Nothing to be shy about, just mention the chat box. Those who are repeating the paper again. Okay, so I can see few reattempt students, but majority are giving paper for the first time. Now, first timers, if you are coming from MA to PM, I assume that there are less people who are here who came from exemptions. So you need to understand the difference now when it comes to PM compared to MA. So the paper structure is one of the key difference here. Section A of your paper comprises of 30 marks, as you can see here, 30 marks. Section B of your paper also comprises of 30 marks. Okay. Section C of your paper is of 40 marks. So basically there are 3 sections, section A, section B and section C. Okay. Now, section A includes 15 OTS written here. OTS. This means OTs. The full form is objective test questions. Okay. So this includes 15 OTs, objective test questions. I will discuss what objective test questions are. Here I am. Objective test questions are of 7 types. 7 types. Okay, there are 7 types of questions. So please listen to me very carefully. The first to start with is MCQ, multiple response. Now this is something you are familiar with. You know what MCQs are. Out of 1, 2, 3, 4 options, select one. You have 4 options available. You have to choose one. This is MCQ. Your parents gave you 4 options. I'm not going into the details of what kind of options they offered you and related to what. I'm not discussing that. Your parents gave you 4 options. This, select one. So this is MCQ. This is MCQ. Understanding what I'm trying to explain. Understanding where I'm actually going towards. Okay. So 4 options, select one. MCQ. Multiple responses. Okay, what are multiple responses? Your parents gave you 5 options, 6 options, 7 options, and told you to pick 2, 3 or 4 options that you like. Wow, that's a very good offer. So gave you 7 options and just told you to pick 2, which means when in a question you have to pick more than one, at least 2, more than one. So that question is known as multiple response rather than MCQ. Okay. So when you have to select more than one, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 correct statements, that is multiple response. Now, this is a very challenging area, honestly speaking, because in MCQ, we know there is one right option. So we can guess, we can work back. We have so many good techniques, you know about it, right? But when it comes to multiple responses, that is where your concepts are very tightly tested. That is where you have to be really accurate, because you have to determine the best 3, the accurate 3 statements or 2 statements. Okay? So this is one area you have to keep an eye on. Drop down, very simple. There is a drop down button. We know what is drop down button. You click that drop down button and you see 4 options and you have to select one. So it is a sister of MCQ, I would say. Okay. Then you have hot area question. Hot area is like a true or false. You have to select the true statements, the false statements. They will give you 4 statements, 5 statements, and will say decide which is true, which is false. Okay. Hotspot. Hotspot. Now this is a unique type of a question where some kind of a graph will be given to you and you have to spot the right area in that graph maybe. Okay, this is the right area, this is the right area, this is the right area. So to pick up the right spot in the graph. Okay. Then comes interesting fill in the blank question. Now this is very much related to calculations. I call calculation at calcs, right? So this is a very important question as far as calculations or calcs are concerned. Fill in the blanks is where you have to punch the right answer. And obviously, this category relates to the calculative questions. Here, the most alarming part is something that relates to your school days thing. And what is that? Rounding off. Now, how many of you are good at rounding off? Please mention the chat box. Those who still struggle in rounding off. If you struggle in rounding off, please mention the chat box. 2 decimal places, 3 decimal places, 4 decimal places. We don't know how to round off to nearest thousands, nearest millions. If that is the problem with you, then my friends, learn rounding off, because your school teacher, you have to contact to your school teacher then, who actually taught you mathematics, okay? Don't worry, just joking. I will try my best to explain you the rounding off principles here, but fill in the blanks is where calculative questions will come and where rounding off should be good, okay? Then drag and drop is another question that reminds me of my school days. If you remember, match the following used to be your exercise in your workbooks, where they used to say, okay, link this with the correct option. So you used to make a straight line that this relates to this one, this relates to this one. Remember? Come on, say yes or no. Match the following, old school days. So this is drag and drop, where you have to drag an option from here and place it to the right area. So instead of making the lines, you have a question by the name of drag and drop. Now these are 7 types of objective test question known as OTs. Okay. Now 15 questions will be of OTs, which may include MCQ, multiple response, drop down, hot area, hotspot. There will be 15 questions and any 7 types can be tested here, and each question will worth 2 marks. How many? 2 marks. Each will worth 2 marks. Okay. So 15 into 2 makes how much, guys? 15 into 2 is 30 marks. So 30 marks will come from the area of section A, where there will be 7 types of OT. So I hope this is very much clear to all of my friends who are listening to me. Section A, 15 OTs having a weightage of 2 marks each. 30 marks will come from section A, 7 types of OTs. Now these OTs are isolated OTs. Now what are isolated OTs? What isolated OTs means? Isolated OT means that these are 2 marks OTs, isolated one. Every question will be a different one. Every will be a different one. There is no linking between the questions. Whereas when I move towards section B of your paper, that is where 3 case studies will come in the exam. Hello, 3 case studies. Now, this is a bit different, even though this section B also includes objective test questions, but in a different way. There will be 3 case studies. Case study means a scenario. So each case study or each scenario will be attached with 5 questions. 5 questions, or I can say 5 OTs. Okay. So you can see a scenario on one side of your screen, okay, and followed by 5 OTs for that particular scenario. So you have to read the question, you have to read the case study, and you have to solve 5 OTs that relate to the scenario. Okay, that relate to the scenario, right? Now, okay, I can see one question from Anam Fatma. I'll just reply you what you've just mentioned. Just wait, please. Okay. Now, what I'm saying here is that in section B, there are 3 case study questions. There will be 1 case study and attached by 5 OTs. Okay. Then another case study, 5 OTs. Another case study, 5 OTs. Understood? So, when I come, so if I say that 1 case study has 5 OTs, each OT worth 2 marks, so it makes how much? 5 into 2, 10 marks. 10 marks each case study will worth. 10 marks. And because there are 3 case studies, so 3 into 10 is 30 marks. Okay. Now, what is the difference between A and B? A includes 15 OTs, isolated ones. B is 15 OTs, but linked with 3 case studies, as each case study will have 5 OTs. Done. The point that you should observe, the point that you should pick here, listen, is what? 60 marks are OT based. 60 mark are OT based, where you don't have to write anything. That is what you have to catch here, which means you have to be very good in terms of OTs. Whether it is fill in the blank, MCQ, multiple response, drop down, drag and drop, hotspot, hot area question, you should be good in all those 7 types of OTs. Okay? Done. So I can see a comment here from Kadir. PM is like hard work and luck, both should work together. See, hard work is needed in every area. For luck, this is not in my control, this is not in your control. Yes, your belief should be that you work hard and then leave the rest to someone else who controls everything. So your task should be work hard, but work hard doesn't mean that you will get the success. Work hard in right direction is something that can ensure success. So if you are working hard, but you are not working hard in the right direction, so you might suffer. So direction is what I will explain and will guide you. Okay? Done. Now done with section A and B. C. CRQ. CRQ. Constructive response question. CRQ. Constructive response question. There are two CRQs. Constructive response. Now the word constructive means what? You have to construct the answer on your own. And that construction of answer will be done using two things. Now what are those two things? Word, Excel. You have heard about two things, Word and Excel, right? So it is very much similar to Word, very much similar to Excel. Okay? You have to practice typing on Word. Now, I know your typing is good. I know your typing is good, but only using cell phone. I know if I ask someone that, hello, there is someone who can type without even looking at the keypad. So you will say, yes, I am that person who can do this. I am that item who can do this. But can you type without looking your keyboard? That is what I want. No, I don't want that. Your typing should be reasonably good. Reasonably fast, so that you can type the answer. So if you're not good at typing, please start the practice area from today. The practice work from today. Start typing so that you have a reasonable good speed when it comes to typing. Second, spreadsheet, which is Microsoft Excel type of a thing. Excel is key for an accountant. So you have to start working on Excel. If you're not clear how to use the formulas, I will explain you the formulas and things like that. I will explain you how to present the answer on Excel. I will explain you how to draft the answer on Word. That is my work, but just follow the plans. That's it. Okay. So 40 marks will come in the area of section C. There will be two questions having a weightage of 20 marks each. So 2 into 20 is 40 marks. Okay. So each case study, it's a CRQ, is a case study based question. So there will be a case study given to you with Excel given to you, spreadsheet given to you, or word processor given to you, where you have to solve question using Excel. You have to do the calculations on Excel. You have to show the workings. You have to show a good presentation of that, and you have to type the answer on word processor neatly with use of headings and all. Don't worry, I'll explain you all those things. So there are two questions that will come in form of CRQs. Understood? Done. So 40 marks of CRQ and 60 marks of OTs actually. This is your paper. So you have to learn how to present answer on spreadsheet and Word using my guidelines, and you also have to practice how to solve OTs quickly. Okay? I hope this is clear. Now this is a 3-hour exam, 3 hours exam. Okay? 100 marks paper is there. So 100 marks you have to solve in 3 hours. 100 marks you have to solve in 3 hours. So it's very simple. Come on, everybody can quickly tell me how many minutes in 1 hour? How many minutes in 1 hour? Yes, please. 60? 60, right. So 3 hours means how many minutes you have altogether? 60 into 3 is 180. So 180 minutes you have to, 180 minutes you have to solve 100 marks. 100 marks. So come on, management accounting students, how many minutes per mark you have? Can you calculate minutes per mark? Minutes are 180, marks are 100. What is the answer? Yes, 1.8 minutes per mark. 1.8 minutes per mark. 180 divided by 100. So this is just for the time management. The standard is given to you. Time management is crucial thing for performance management. You have to practice things a lot that you are able to solve the paper on time. I will tell you all those tips and tricks as we move on. The basic principle, remember, is 1.8 minutes per mark. Now moving towards the syllabus key areas, advanced costing technique. This includes topics that students who are coming from MA, they have covered topics like ABC, activity-based costing versus absorption costing, target costing, second topic, life cycle costing, third topic, throughput accounting, fourth topic, environmental management accounting, fifth topic. Okay, 5 topics are part of this section. Now, those who are coming from MA, listen please, those who are coming from MA, they have a good idea about, basic idea about what activity-based costing is. Okay, because ABC versus traditional absorption technique, absorption costing. So it's a wrestling between these two. Those who are coming from MA, they have a good idea about the second topic by the name of target costing. The basics are there in your mind because at MA level, basic theoretical discussion have been done. And the third topic you have covered a bit is life cycle costing. Okay? But those who haven't covered it, or there are so many who might don't remember now. Yes, is that true? So for all those students, don't worry, I'll explain you from the basics. Okay? Even if you don't remember, you can recall. Even if you haven't covered it before, you can understand. Right? So the 3 topics, ABC, activity-based costing, target costing, and life cycle costing, the basics have been introduced at MA level. I will give the recap of that, and those who haven't studied before, you can cover with me very easily. Okay, now coming towards the next 2 topic, throughput accounting is totally a different area that you haven't covered before. The only thing I just want to tell you here is, like ABC versus absorption costing, throughput accounting versus marginal costing. Okay. So basically, this first section is a wrestling section, I say, where traditional techniques of management accounting are compared with the modern techniques. Like ABC is a modern technique, absorption is a traditional technique. Throughput accounting is a new technique, compared with marginal costing is an old technique. Okay, so it's a wrestling section actually. So this is the 4th topic. Then comes the 5th topic, and that is environmental management accounting. Right? So these are the 5 topics that are part of this first section. When you look at the portal, we start with this section only: ABC, target, life cycle, throughput, environmental management accounting. When it comes to theory and calculations, so I can give you a rough idea. You can even note down this, a rough idea that this first section is around 60-40. Okay, I can say 60% calculations, 40% theory. Maybe 65 to 35 could be the ratio. So this is how the first section is actually divided into theory and calculations. Okay. But yeah, more calculations. So this is the first one. Second, budgeting. Now budgeting, again, the basis are covering from MA paper or any area that you are coming from, the exemptions I'm talking about. So the basic budgets, like you have gone through some functional budgets at the MA level, if you remember the name: sale budget, production budget, raw material usage, purchase, cash budget. These budgets that you have covered earlier will not be tested here. Okay. Here you will be covering some budgets like fixed budget. You might have heard about it earlier. Flexible budget, incremental budget is a new one, zero-based budget, rolling budget, activity-based budget. So budgeting is one area where you can expect theoretical questions coming in the paper. So the way I've structured my portal, the content, I have focused a lot on theory here as well. Because I will teach you how to draft the theory. So budgeting, I would say, is 70-30. 70% theory, 30% calculations. Okay? Maybe 65 or 35, but theoretical part is more in budgets. It's not just theory. There are calculations in the quantitative analysis where topics like regression, time series have now been introduced in the paper. So I will make this really easy for you people. Okay, because again the basis of this is coming from F2, but I remember that people don't remember things. Okay, so learning curve is also part of the budgets. Now, so this is budgeting, but I would say more tilted towards theory than calculations. Variances, the bases are coming from F2. The basic variances like material price variance, usage variance, labor rate, labor efficiency, idle time variance, variable overhead variances, fixed overhead variances, sales price, sales volume variances. Now, at F5 level, yes, the basics should be in your mind, but again, I assume people might have forgotten those. So I start from the basics, I give you the recap of that, and then we move on. Okay. Now, for variances, it's a 50-50% area, 50% calculations followed by 50% theory. Yes, calculations are important, but theory is also important in variances, because in variances, just to give you a quick idea, like for example, one variance is material price variance, and that price variance answer is adverse. Now, when it is adverse, when your actual standard is your actual standard is less and your actual cost is more. So that is how your material price will be adverse. So in F5, it is not just restricted to the calculation of the variance. In fact, you also need to figure out, you also need to find out why this is adverse, the reason. So the focus will be to dig out the reason as well, why this is adverse. Okay. So this is the difference between F2 and F5, because in F5, the calculations that you do, you should have the reason for that. Why are you calculating this? The focus will be on interpretation. The focus will be on calculations. But at the same time, the focus will be, why are you doing this? Why are you calculating this? What message these calculations are giving you? So the calculative part is there, but attached is theory as well. Okay. So 50-50% here for variances. Decision making. I'm just taking the name of the topic. You might have heard, you might not have heard, because this is one area that is not very much connected with your MA paper. Relevant costing, risk and uncertainty, pricing, CVP analysis, linear programming. Okay. Now this area is more calculative one. I can expect a question from this area coming from the calculation side. So I can say it's 70% calcs and 30% theory. Okay. Then comes the heart of F5. Human heart is very important, right? Animal having a heart is very important. F5 heart is performance measurement. Very important, very important. So if you want to pass in this paper, you have to pass in this section. This section is very important. So let me tell you, one section C question for sure will come from performance measurement. Okay. So this is very important. and you have covered areas relating to this before in your MA level, like financial ratios. Everybody knows about financial ratios, I'm sure. Gross profit margin, net profit margin, return on capital employed, ROCE, asset turnover, financial gearing, operational gearing, financial ratios. But along with that, a massive focus is towards non-financial performance as well. Now, this area is extremely important, non-financial performance, like balanced scorecard, building block model. Okay, let's forget about the model names. Non-financial performance, like customer satisfaction, like staff satisfaction, like staff motivation, like customer happiness, non-financial side. So non-financial side is very much focused at PM level. And the way I'll cover this, I inshallah will make sure that this become easy for you. That's my promise, that's my guarantee. Okay? After this, divisional performance comes part of this section. Now again, people have covered this at MA level, ROI, RI. This will be tested here, but again for more theory rather than calculations. And then comes another topic, transfer pricing. You might not have heard about this topic. It's a new one. So this is what comes under this section. My teaching methodology focuses a lot on making things easier. So this section is crucial. You can expect 65 to 70% theory versus calculation, the remaining area. And this section is a one that I'll try my best to make it as easy as possible. Okay? So I've given you a clear idea what is coming from the previous paper. But again, those who are coming from exemptions, don't worry. Don't worry. The way I've covered, the way I started from the scratch, you will cover it. Understood? Now, let's leak paper for you. Should I leak the paper, guys? Yes or no? So let's leak the paper for you. Section C. You can see there. Section C. Advanced costing technique. 95% of this area will not be tested in section C. Okay? Like ABC, no. Target, no. Life cycle, no. Throughput accounting, no. One topic of this section, environmental management accounting, can come in section C as a theory. Only one can come in section C as a theory. But ABC, target, life cycle, throughput, no. Okay? But because it will not come in section C, there is a very highly likely chance that one question from this area can come in section B. One case study can come in section B. Very highly likely area. Okay? Rest in A as well as B. Done? Budgeting, variances and decision making. From these three areas, one question will come in section C. One question, because all these three can be tested in section C. So one area can come from these three in section C. The first question of section C, okay? Whereas it will also be tested in B and A as well. So one CRQ you can expect from these three areas in section C. From these three areas. The other CRQ is fixed. Will come from performance measurement in section C for sure, because there are two questions in section C, right? So one from performance measurement for sure. The other one can come from these three areas. Okay? So this is clear. However, section A and B, if you see, can test all these areas in short questions But for CRQs, you have to keep this in mind. Performance measurement, one question. The other question can come from the remaining 3 areas here. Okay? Done? Done. So I hope the paper pattern is clear. I hope the structure of the paper is clear to all of you. Okay? And how it will be tested is also clear to all of you. Now comes a very big question, especially for those who are still thinking to enroll. How will you teach at VIFHE? And also those who have already enrolled, they also want to know, how will you teach at VIFHE? So listen, I will take a Q&A at the end, but before that, let me just explain you the methodology. See, we offer recorded sessions, pre-recorded sessions. But our recordings are not Zoom-based recordings like others, honestly speaking. Neither these recordings are those that people have recorded while taking the live classes mainly. Majority of our lectures are learning glass based with animations to support the concepts. This is the most unique thing that we offer. Okay? So these are high quality animated lectures that will make your life easier to understand. Followed by that are live classes. Now these live classes are really important because these recorded sessions are not just given to you, but we also give you a plan to cover these recorded sessions via our planner. And our planner is a very unique planner which will give you the clarity where, how much have you covered so far, how much is left. The dates are given to you. The deadline is mentioned. So according to deadline, you have to cover it. You will be given with weekly targets. Now, the best example is after today's session, you will see a message in the group. Now, there are 2 WhatsApp groups that we have. One is a discussion WhatsApp group where students can discuss with each other. Tutor is there. My support teacher assistant staff is there. That is purely a discussion group. Okay? And one is an announcement group. So I just want to give this message to students. You just go to your portal. There are 2 groups available. You can join those. If you are part of the discussion group, make sure you are also part of the announcement group. Don't miss announcement group because announcement group is admin only group where I and my team will be giving important information and we'll be announcing a lot of things. So your planners will be issued to you in announcement group. That is why I'm asking you people to join announcement group. So planners will be given to you. The weekly targets will be given to you in the announcement group that you have to achieve and cover before the live class. For you to make your live class more relevant, it is important to cover your plans. It is important to cover the plans. It will become more relevant for you. Understood? Okay. So live classes are important. Do join live sessions. These are interactive sessions, and the difference between recorded and live is you can talk to me. You can discuss your problems. You can talk to me where I encourage people to open their webcams. Do buy a webcam if you don't have. Keep yourself face open. You can talk to me via chat box or even through audios. Okay? So I hope you are getting the point. These are interactive live classes. Then we have notes available. Now there are 2 types of notes, detailed notes and summarized notes, both that you can download and write things on that. Even you have working papers available. Whatever I'm teaching on this glassboard technology, we have working papers for that. You can download those and you can write on those as well. Okay. Then TTA model. TTA model. Now you might be thinking, what is TTA model? So let me explain you. First T is test yourself. Come on, repeat with me. Say, test yourself. On your portal, you will see around 10 to 12 test yourself questions that you will solve on your own, where time limit is given to you and time bounding is given to you. So you will solve those questions on your own within the time frame, and these are to improve your time management, because it's crucial, man, time management. So once you will solve those, can compare that with your answer. The answer will be given to you, and just gauge where you are doing wrong. So after a good amount of practice, you will see test yourself, and you can test yourself according to that. Done? Then another T, testing platform, OTs. Now this testing platform now is part of your study hub actually. So you have the study hub available. You have the credentials of study hub. You go to study hub and solve questions, OTs from study hub, which will give you the same feeling as you're giving paper in the exam. So testing platform is available on your study hub now, and that is one that you solve the OTs from, because yes, people do say that questions do come from study hub. Okay. Then A, assignments. After every live class, we will give you one assignment. We'll give you 1 week's time for that. You will submit us the assignment. We'll check. We'll give you the feedback on that assignment. This will give you the idea where you are lacking. So this TTA model is actually a model that allows you to practice, that allows you to test your confidence, your skills. Because see, watching videos is not enough. To pass, you need to practice. Okay? So this is what it will allow you to do. To further check you, you have 2 mocks. 2 mocks will be given to you. One will be a live mock. Through invigilation, we'll conduct that. You will do the mock, you will submit us, we will check that mock, we'll give you the feedback. For that mock, then I'll conduct a live debrief session where I will solve the entire mock for you then. After checking, you can see where you went wrong and you can understand the problems. After that, what all you learned from your first mock mistakes, will give you another complementary mock. That will not be marked, but you will solve that mock and we will give you a recorded debrief of that. 2 mocks, man, it's good enough. 6 assignments, 2 mocks, more than enough to ensure that you pass. Then the last month, the grand revision month, in the month of August, 9 to 10 hours live revision will be conducted other than the live classes that I am conducting. There are 6 live classes that we'll conduct each week, 1. Other than that, last month will be revision month, where we'll further practice. I will revise the things. We'll revise all the knowledge-based areas. And other than that, we'll practice more new questions in the last month. 9 to 10 hours revision. And then you'll be ready. What else you need? Okay. We have teacher assistant in our groups to help you. Those will be helping you along with me. We'll try to support you maximum. Okay. But please be part of the announcement WhatsApp group as well as discussion WhatsApp group so that you can keep yourself updated. Remember, at VIFHE, quality is what we focus a lot at. Whenever you will join the batch, I know people will watch this orientation because they will join later on as well. But follow the guidelines, the planners, the portal sequence, the portal videos, my audio messages are on the portal. Everything that I share in the announcement, you have to follow that. Okay? Now, those students who want to join in September batch, who are not enrolled, can join September batch. Okay? But those who want to join December, so we are offering December as well. We are offering December as well. So December batch is also on now. The difference is the time period only. In September, 3 months, December, 4 months, 5 months you have. So if you want to cover it slowly, gradually, December. But yes, for December batch, the live classes will start in the month of September. Okay? Because we focus quarter to quarter in the live classes. So December batch recorded sessions will be available. September batch recorded sessions will be available. But for September, live classes will be held for September, and for December batch, live classes will be held separately from the month of September. Okay? You can contact the support team at this number for registration, for enrollments. Note down the number. You can contact them for enrollments. Plus, there is also a free WhatsApp group for PM students. It's a global PM WhatsApp group. Do join this group anyhow, whether you enroll, whether you don't enroll, because this group will provide you free support as well. I'm part of this group. Okay. So you can contact the support team for registration and for the group link as well. And I'm part of the group. For any help, you can contact me in this group. For any subject related issue, you can contact me in this group. Okay. I am in this group with my official tutor number, right? For subject related issue. Other than that, because I'm principal at VIFHE, so in the capacity of a principal, I'm sharing this number, which is my administration number. For any other help, support, guidance, overall mentorship, any support, any complaint, anything, you can contact me at this number. As a principal, I will try my best to provide you the best support. But for subject related issues, be part of this free global group, and this is the support number for enrollment and details. I hope the message is clear to all of you. This is my number. As a principal, you can contact me for subject related. You have to be part of this group. The support team will provide you the link, and that's it. So I'll start Q&A now. You can ask questions, please, if you want to. I hope you just have seen the numbers on your screen again. Copy if you want to. So guys, yes, let's start the Q&A now. For any questions, you can mention the chat box and I'll be happy to respond. Okay. Now for groups, let me tell you, there are two groups for paid students. Both are paid student groups. One is for the announcements that we will do. Okay. And one is for discussion now. So discussion is just for the discussion purpose. You guys can discuss. Again, that is paid group. Okay. And announcement is for the announcement purpose. Other than that, there is a free group as well. That's the free groups that I was talking about. Whether you enroll or not, you can be part of that. Okay. For paid students, there are two groups. The links of that are available on the portal. Right. So I hope I've answered this question. Now please just go a bit below, downwards. Okay. If I join today, can I still sit for September? Yes, for sure. All students who want to start September batch, today is the right day. No problem. Okay. Sir, how many hours is in the course duration? Okay. Hours, I think it's 75 plus hours for sure. 75 plus hours. So the planner that we have made is according to that 75 hours. So it's like 2-3 hours you have to spend each day to cover the content easily. Okay. September classes have just started now. So you can join now. Okay, Kadir? Yeah, please below. Sir, how many hours? Just answer when the September attempt. Okay, what exam kits and study text should be referred to? Talal. Talal, study hub is what you have to use. That's it. No study text. Cover my content and study hub. That's it. For kits, yes. Kaplan, BBP, I would want you to cover both the kits. So, Kaplan, BBB kits both, but study hub is okay for reading purpose. And honestly speaking, you don't have to read much. I'll just tell you few topics to read, that's it. Okay, we don't provide books. The official Kaplan or study text is not something that we provide that you can grab from anywhere. Study hub is what you have already with you. Okay, another paper along with PM. Now, if you are a working person, so I would want you to give one paper PM only in a quarterly attempt. But if you are a full-time student, then yeah, you can go with 2 papers. And the other paper I would prefer is TX with PM or FR with PM. Okay. Okay, how many hours in a week? 2-3 hours per day. So I would say 2 hours per day makes 12 hours a week. Okay. Anam. Okay. Sir, please tell the difference between PM and FM. See, there is a massive difference between these two papers. Ahmed Raza. PM is management accounting. FM is financial management. Financial management is totally different to performance management in the sense that in performance management, it's all internal decision making that we do. Financial management is about managing the finances, like how to ensure good cash management, how to ensure good, it's like a treasury department work, like which interest rates to opt for, how to borrow, from which source of finance to borrow. So it's more about managing the finance of an organization. Okay. But is the company performing good or not? What is the profitability? How is the performance of the department employees? All relates to performance management. So totally different papers. Okay. Timing for the live sessions are written in your planner. Once we'll share the planner today, you can see the timing of the, days of the live session, dates are given, and timing will also be there as well. Two hours per day, yes, Kadir. You can join September batch ASAP now. Okay. I was planning I was planning to give PM and FM together this September. Will this be a good option? It will be a good option provided you study well and you are not working somewhere. Then I think you go with 2 papers because you need to spend 3 to 3.5 hours per day to cover both these areas. Okay. There is an extension policy, Kadir, which you can contact the support team. Yes, if you're not able to complete in September, you can extend that to December. But for payment and everything, support team will give you the information. Okay? What is available on portal? Everything you want. You want a cell phone, car, everything. Obviously, your topics, lectures, recordings, notes, everything is on portal. Okay? Right. So that's it, guys. I think I have answered almost all the queries. Thank you very much, guys. Please share your feedbacks. How was the session? Informative? Enjoyed this orientation, guys? Yes or no? I do believe a lot in feedbacks. Being this PM tutor, non-financial performance is really important. So, did you enjoy the session? Did you understood the basics? And I'm sure you did get a good idea that how we will be covering PM in September or December attempt. Please share your feedbacks. Happy everyone? Okay. Thank you very much, guys, for your feedback. See you in the live sessions now. Follow the planners. Do remain active on group. Now, the reason for making discussion and announcement group separate is in discussion group, when we send message, it might go upward in your feed. You might not be able to get the information. That's why we have made an announcement group that is for admin only. So everything that we announce, the targets, plans, all will be shared in the announcement group. Okay. So please make sure you are part of the announcement group. If you are not the paid students, you go to your portal, you will see announcement group link there and join the group. Thank you very much. Stay blessed. Those who still want to enroll can contact the support team, the number that we have shared in front of your screen. Thank you very much. Take care. Stay blessed. Do share your feedbacks in the comment section. And looking forward to see you in the first live class. Bye.